Joining me right now is Garrett Rempel of the Neepawa Farmers. Neepawa, how are they looking this year?
I think we got a young team this year, but a couple older guys returning as well. So I think hopefully as the year goes on, our younger guys gain some confidence and hopefully we can be competitive.
Did you guys lose much last year?
No, not really. We lost a lot the year before, so we kind of struggled with numbers last year, but we have a couple guys on the fence right now that are coming back, and then we do have a bunch of young guys that are coming up. So it's looking good for us in the future.
Who are some of the players to watch for this year?
Um, Probably Kyle McDonald and Zach Hicks is whenever Hicks can make it. He's the coach for the Titans. The young guy coming up is Jory Kobaki. He had a really good year in high school last year. I think he had 100 and some points. So hopefully he can be a good addition to our team as well.
And who's who do you guys have in net for this year?
We have Reese Jones returning, who's been very good for us the last 3, 4, 5 years, and then we got a couple younger guys. Gatlin Plett, he just graduated, and another kid from Neepawa, Garrett Ranke's his name. He graduated a couple years ago. They're both going to be in net as well, but we'll mostly be leaning on Reese Jones, I'm thinking.
Now, the year before, maybe the year of COVID,
Yeah.
you guys made it to the league championship and were supposed to take on Boys of Ain that year.
Yeah. Yeah, we made it there, but we never ended up playing the series. So
How much did that set the organization back?
for us, I don't know. I'm sure we would have made some money on it, but they were way stronger than us, so I'm not sure if we would have stood a chance really that year. But
Yeah, I
but
think
that year definitely did hurt because we lost a couple of guys after that. The year following with COVID and everything.
yeah, and that seemed to hurt a lot of places as well. And how was attendance been? How was attendance last year?
Not very good. I don't know what it is about Neepawa, but we never really seem to get a good crowd. Even the Titans, I think they're one of the lower attendances in the MJ. Like I've tried putting it on Facebook and Twitter and whatever, but we just never seem to get many people out.
Well, that's too bad. It seemed like a good hockey town, though, a good
It
sports
it
town.
was, yeah, but now since High Life's taken off so much, they brought in a lot of Filipinos, and not many play hockey. They all play basketball. So they're basketball and volleyball are all big in Neepawa, but hockey's kind of taking a back seat, kind of.
Which is too bad because there's a lot of good young talent in Neepawa and not much to do. But then again, I've only been to Neepawa once. Would you agree with my statement?
Yeah, like there are good kids coming up, and they there's a couple on the or one on the Titans, and there's a couple that play AAA. So like if they play somewhere after junior or whatever, then it'll be a couple years down the road, but hopefully they come back and want to play senior here, so that would help us out. But yeah, I'm not sure.
Let's talk about the quality of teams in your division. Minnedosa's been the champs the last couple of years, and Killarney's coming to run to
Yeah.
play this year. What are your thoughts on the Shamrocks coming aboard?
It's definitely going to be tougher for us. I mean, Cartwright folded as well, and I heard Bryce Enns and Brody Mullen went there, so like that'll make them already the already good team even stronger. So um, it'll be tough. It'll be tough with between them and Minnedosa, and Gladstone always has a strong team as well. So even McGregor. So it'll be our division's usually pretty good all around, but I think Killarney might have the edge this year.
Yeah, I'm more familiar with the other division just based on where I live, but I try to pay attention and to give you guys the respect you deserve. Sean Kubas is at or near the top of the scoring race every year, and you guys gave Melita a very good game last year.
Yeah, we that game was. I remember that one quite well. We didn't play that well, but somehow we only lost 7-6. So it was a bad game to lose because it hurt us later on in the year. But
I think you got a couple goals in that one, if I remember correctly.
I might have. I know I got one for sure. Yeah.
That was a fun game to do. I was
Daddy.
just a sec.
Yeah.
What a heck.
We interrupt this THHL preview to give you a hug from Ollie. Come here. You're not playing with your toys. It's too late. Levi is not. Levi was down here.
I want to be down here.
Come here. I'm busy. Give me a hug.
I want to play with my toy.
Tomorrow morning, okay?
No.
Yeah, go to bed.
I want to play with the piece of it.
Tomorrow morning. I'll wake you up when I get up. Go to bed, okay?
No.
Okay, go play over there quietly.
They're not my toy. I do have my toy.
Then go play over there quietly. Just sorry, Garrett.
That's all right.
So we were talking about that game in Melita, and that was a fun game to do.
Yeah, it was back and forth. All game it was back and forth. I remember that. So
Lots of end-to-end action, and it could have gone either way. You mentioned how that affected you guys later on in the year. What
well,
was
it did and it didn't. But I mean, we ended up just finishing ahead of McGregor in the standings. Just I think it came down to like who won the season series and everything. So we ended up getting ahead of them, but if we could have pulled out a Melita with a couple more points, it wouldn't have been as tight for us.
Who do you think your guys' competition for the final playoff spot?
This year?
Yeah.
What do you mean, sorry?
Who will be your biggest competitions for playoff spots? You got
Definitely Killarney and Minnedosa, Gladstone. I hope we can finish up higher, but I mean, if we beat Pilot Mound and because they're in our side and Wawanesa, as long as we can stay ahead of those two, I guess. I'm hoping if everyone can show up, we could be up higher, like second or third. But I guess it all depends on how many guys show up and who shows up that night.
What's Carberry going to be like for a team this year?
From what I've heard, they lost a couple guys, but they have a decent younger team, so they're probably about the same as last year, or maybe a little bit better.
In my followings, it seemed that the weaker teams have been at the bottom of your division. Like you got Carberry and Pilot Mound, and then the middle of the pack teams like Neepawa, Gladstone. Well, Gladstone's right near the top, and you guys have been near the top.
Yeah.
What's Pilot Mountain going to be like this year?
That I'm not 100% sure on. They always seem to have a lot of guys, so they're a scrappy team too. I mean, they just go. So it's usually a good game when we play them.
I don't think we've ever actually broadcasted a Pilot Mountain game, but this year I think they're right near our barn, so might be time to break that streak. And Neepawa's only been on once or twice.
Yeah, I think. Well, once last year, I know that for sure.
We got to change that this year. Like I said, I think I'm planning on coming up to Neepawa for once at least.
Yeah.
But with the price of gas, that's why we need sponsors.
Yeah, it's going down a little bit, but yeah, I know what you mean. It's tough. We got a bus, and it's expensive to run it around the province to games.
Who do you guys have for goalie this year?
I'm not
Reese
there
Jones.
all day.
Yeah, he was pretty good for you guys last year.
He's been good for a while for us.
Who would you give your MVP to from last year?
Either Reese Jones or Kyle McDonald were both right at the top. Like Reese wins us a lot of games, but Kyle had 40-some points for us too. So they both were big parts for our team.
Heading into this year, what area do you think you've most improved on?
Well, it's not improving. Well, it is improving, but we got 25 guys right now, so that's big for us. Last year we played 75% of our games with 12 guys or 13 guys, which was hard. So just having more guys is going to help out a lot. But hopefully we have better defense this year because I'm a forward my whole life, but last year I had to play defense every game. So we got a couple of defense coming this year that'll help out as well.
Well, with 25, you should have a nice bench as well, and hopefully they can all make it because there's nothing more frustrating than being short players and reliable as well. That's, to my understanding, the reason there wasn't a hockey team here in Boissevain last year.
Yeah, it's funny how it is. It's baseball is the same way for us in Neepawa. Everyone will have 15 guys show up to a home game and 9 guys for an away game, and that's kind of how it is for hockey as well. So I don't know why it's like that. I think the road trips are more fun, but I guess not everyone else thinks that.
Oh, road trips are great. You get to bond with your teammates and consume a few adult beverages and
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
swap
that's what
stories.
I enjoy that the most.
It's the interaction. You go out there, you play around with your buddies, and shoot the breeze after the game, consuming a few wobbly pops. That's what senior hockey's all about.
That's what it's all about. Yeah, we try and trick some of the younger high school kids into that too. We try and AP a couple guys a year just to get them into what it's like as senior hockey, and they all seem to like that. So kind of helps us bring guys up for the future.
Well, it is a competitive league as well. You got that competitive aspect, and you got to have fun too.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's hockey first and then fun after. So for us mostly.
Yeah, and you gotta. What have you guys been doing to get in shape for the regular season?
Just we've had four skates, 4 practices, and then exhibition game this last weekend, and then one more this weekend against Minnesota. So hopefully that gets us a little bit into game shape, and then we'll see how it goes from there.
We appear to be having some technical difficulties on both of our ends. Garrett just sent me a text saying that his stream quit working. Oh, here's Garrett now. Huh. So we're having some technical difficulties on both of our ends. Mine crashed, and then I got your text saying that your stream quit working. Was there anything else? What were we chatting about there?
You just asked about our preparation for hockey, and I was just saying that we had some skates in the exhibition game and another one this weekend.
Who are some of your biggest rivals? Who would you say is Neepawa's biggest rival?
It used Minnesota and Gladstone are both like big rivals for us. We always seem to be battling with Gladstone every year and in playoffs, and they always get the best of us somehow. But they have a good team there, so.
Who are maybe some of the players that might fly under the radar in your division as well as your team?
On our team, I'm not sure who will really fly under the radar. It's kind of early yet to decide who might. But I'm not. And in our division, I'm not sure either. Really, I'm not sure who everyone's picked up really yet. I've heard a little bit of people, but not the people I've heard are big names, so I'm not really sure who will fly under the radar.
And then you've got the likes of Gladstone and their big guns with Kubis, and they're always dangerous.
They're hard to play against those Kubis, and I've heard Geddes isn't going back, so that would help for us, but that would be a big loss for them. So
How much change have you guys had from last year to this year?
quite a bit. We got a lot of new guys that are just their first year senior out of high school, so it'll be a little bit faster, and I'm sure a little bit more physical for them as well. So,
Is there anything else you'd like to add tonight, Garrett? It's getting pretty late, and my kids have woken up.
no, I think that's good for me as long as you got everything you needed.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you very much for your time, and all the best in this upcoming year. Hopefully, we'll make her up to Neepawa at some point.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Garrett Rempel of the Neepawa Farmers is the latest edition of the Tiger Hills Hockey League preview on TL Media.